Our Across the Aisle segment tonight. Today, Planned Parenthood sponsored Pink Out Day, part of the organization's ongoing push to defend their federal funding. Planned Parenthood is encouraging supporters to post social media messages with hashtag #PinkOut or change their profile picture, all in the name of women's health. But we all know this is a lie. Planned Parenthood doesn't provide women's health services, they provide abortions. With me now, attorney and Democratic strategist Michael Wilson. Michael, good to see you.
You too, Liz. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Good.
Michael, I want to get right to the point here. Pink Out Day, hashtag Pink Out Day. It's trending on Twitter. It's all over Facebook. It's Planned Parenthood's effort, they say, to bring attention to women's access to health care. But Michael, they abort 161,000 plus baby girls, and we're just talking women here, unborn women every year. Michael, how is that health care?
Okay, so there's a couple things. Everyone focuses here, Liz, on the abortion issue, but they also provide sex education, and especially for lower income families. And, the worst thing you could possibly have in America are lower income families and, that breakdown of the family household, kids who don't have fathers, etc.
Right. What percentage of sex education in our country do they provide versus what percentage of abortions do they provide?
Well, that I don't know, but I do know under Title X, which Nixon did sign, that under Title X, that the federal funds, which cover about a third of the funding for Planned Parenthood, cannot be used for abortions.
Right, but we know money's fungible. That's not an argument that has a lot of substance. You know that as an attorney, Michael. Don't give me that argument. I mean, in all seriousness, does it bother you when they say that they're about women's health care, when we know that Planned Parenthood accounts for 30% of abortions in our country, but only 2% of cancer screenings or pap smears? When 94% of pregnant women who walk in there walk out having undergone an abortion. Does that bother you?
No, I mean, because I think the statistics are skewed because everyone thinks of Planned Parenthood as merely abortions. Again, what I like to focus on is that Planned Parenthood does provide sex education for families as well. And
right, but Cecile Richards, the president of Planned Parenthood, said that abortion is an integral part of their business, that they're proud of that. It's not something that they try to minimize the way that you're minimizing it. I mean, it's a big part of their business. Does that bother you that it's part of their business?
No, it does not. Liz, as you know, I'm a liberal, okay? I have my pink tie on in support of Planned Parenthood.
Oh, gosh, don't tell me that.
Right down the street. I'm in Santa Monica. There's a big Planned Parenthood right down the street here. But, for me, no, it doesn't bother me. And I think that, we should focus on the benefits of Planned Parenthood instead of the negatives of Planned Parenthood.
But at what point do the negatives outweigh the positives, though? I understand what you're saying about sex education. I think many conservatives say they wouldn't have a problem with Planned Parenthood if the business was divided in two, if they stopped providing abortions. The other stuff that they do is fine, whatever. It can be necessary. It could even be argued to help women's health. But the fact of the matter is the bulk of their business is based around their abortion. The majority of their revenue comes from abortion. Even with their federal funding, money is fungible. I mean, right. At what point do the negatives, the fact that their business is based around abortion, start bothering you?
Well, it doesn't, Liz. And again, we're going to sit here all day. I argue all day. I will say this, Liz, is one of the things is I think Planned Parenthood gets a bad rap. And partially, as of late, it's gotten a bad rap because of the secret recording, which, by the way, the two activists now are charged with 15 felony counts under California law.
Bogus counts. You know that. You're an attorney. You know it's completely bogus, that it wasn't it is a two-party state, but these were not confidential conversations. These happened in a restaurant. So, again, even Cecile Richards said they were not confidential conversations, and you are, under the law, allowed to record in a public place like that.
Right. You're correct. If there's no reasonable expectation of privacy.
Right.
But my point here, Liz, is that the conversations that were recorded help kind of skew the image of Planned Parenthood because
skew the image to reality.
The recordings were edited.
No, oh my goodness, don't even give me that. See, you even smiled when you said that. Don't even give me that. No, it helps skew the image of Planned Parenthood towards reality. We saw what they did. We saw when these undercover journalists went into these Planned Parenthood clinics, we saw that Planned Parenthood was harvesting aborted baby body parts. They were selling them for profit. That's against the law. Again, you're an attorney. Can you acknowledge that that's against the law?
The tapes were edited to make it appear that they were selling.
They were not edited. They were not edited. They underwent investigation. They had forensic video and analysts or whatever you call them look at these tapes, and they said that they were not edited in a way that made it seem like something different happened than what actually happened.
Liz, I have alternative facts here, okay? I think that Planned Parenthood gets a bad rap. And what you're saying right now, I totally agree with what they're doing. I'm supportive of
You
them
agree?
with the
You agree
cause.
with them breaking the law and selling baby body parts?
It's not against it's well, no, that's not first of all, I don't believe that they were selling the body things or the body parts and everything, okay?
I
I
mean,
don't
you
believe
saw
they
it on the
break
video.
the
You
law.
can't edit that. You
Oh,
can't edit
yes.
that. You could put together different things of different, what people were saying, but you saw what was happening on the table. You saw them dissecting the aborted babies. You saw them say, we view these as
Right.
line items. We're looking for livers, we're looking for kidneys, we're looking for brains. I don't know how that could be deceptively edited.
Well, when the facts came out, the video, the audio was edited. So that's that. But I would say that I do support Planned Parenthood. I mean, I'm, pro-choice. But I think as an American, Liz, that's my decision. That's my opinion. Now, obviously, you are not pro-choice, and I respect that.
No,
We're
I'm pro-life, and I actually think that it's an interesting topic because it's one of the most controversial. You and I know that. We've
right.
actually talked about this before.
Yeah.
It's one of the most controversial, but it's also one of the topics in our country that there's the greatest consensus along party lines, believe it or not. 80% of American people, whether they're conservative or liberal, think that late-term abortion should not be happening. Yet it's these extremes, these organizations on the extreme that make it seem like it's so divided here. Michael, before we run out of time, I want to ask you one more thing, and this is from a racial standpoint. When we're thinking of Planned Parenthood, you say you support what they do, you support their sex education, you support the other things, the birth control or the cancer screenings. How can you support them when their founder, Margaret Sanger, called black people human weeds and called for their extermination?
Well, that's a different issue. I support Planned Parenthood as the nonprofit organization and regarding their mission statement.
But they still honor Margaret Sanger. They haven't tried to distance themselves from her legacy. They say they still wrap themselves up in everything that she did for them. I mean, she's still part of them. Doesn't that bother you?
Well, no, because I think look at President Trump has said bad things too, but everyone
He
still
never
supports
said
President
that
Trump.
black people were human weeds that need to be exterminated.
No, he didn't. No, he did not.
I mean,
But
are you seriously defending that?
well, I'm not defending the statement that was made. I'm defending Planned Parenthood here, and I believe Planned Parenthood is an asset to our American society. And one thing, and just to let you know, Liz, that too, I'm sure you do know this, that 75% of Americans also believe that as well. And so that's why Planned Parenthood right now has a huge support, a huge following right now.
I don't know, Michael. That would bother me. It would bother me that they accept racially motivated donations meant just to abort black people. It would bother me that 79% of their clinics, their abortion clinics, not just their family planning clinics, are in minority black and Hispanic neighborhoods. It bothers me actively that 161,000 baby girls are aborted every year when science tells us when life begins. It bothers me that they claim to be about women's health when they don't seem to care about anything other than line item options when it comes to the baby parts. But Michael,
Right.
I always appreciate you being so willing to have these conversations. It's really helpful. It's great. Thanks for being here.